I think I'm done.
They turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah.
You got a pipe wrench, you just turn it back on.
And then I X out of this, right? Or I can.
Yeah, the YouTube one. Yeah. But there's a.
I'll find out.
I don't know if we did there. We could, call the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, start with the roll call.
Okay. Mayor Jeff Phillips.
Here.
Clerk Treasurer Shelby Keys. Here. Council members Russ Overton.
Here.
Kevin Arnold.
Here.
Noel Weiser. Absent. Jeff Rayburn.
Here.
And Ernest Watson Jr.
Here.
City Attorney Todd Sammons.
Here.
Building Commissioner Josh Davis.
Here.
Cemetery Caretaker Joe Effinger. Absent. Fire Chief Kenny Hahn. Absent. Police Chief Matt Anderson. Absent. Utility Office Manager Heather Smart.
Here.
Lead Line Foreman Garrett Walker.
Here.
Park Superintendent Heather Hall. Absent. Street Water Sewer Sanitation Superintendent Bryce Black.
Here.
And Gas Superintendent Todd Wilson.
Here. You want to approve the minutes of the last meeting? All right. We'll not approve the minutes of the last meeting. We are meeting for a special meeting today to clear up some clerical issue that was found during the bond process. Normally this is a spot for citizens' comments, so I don't see a whole lot of citizens here. I would entertain a motion, though, to close the regular hearing and open up a public hearing for the sewer rate increase.
I'd make a motion to close the regular meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been a motion and a second to close the hearing and open up a public hearing. Do we need to, Mr. Sammons, do we need to have another motion to open up the public hearing?
I thought so you didn't just do that?
We just closed the regular
Close the
one.
regular meeting?
Yeah,
And
open
open
it
it up, open the public hearing.
So we're good to go. All right. Our public hearing is started. There's no one from the public here. How long do you?
You may want to ask if any of these individuals in the audience would like to speak at all. I know they're all associated with the city or the media.
Does anyone want to say anything about the public hearing on the sewer rate ordinance? Mr. Thompson?
Well, what's the rate? So what, obviously you did from last time. Let's remind me again of the rates.
We had a presentation by Baker Tilly where the average 4,000 gallon. Oh, I was going to use some notes. On, holy cow, Bryce, you might need to read this.
Come on down.
There might be better.
Yeah, it has a 1 inch, 2 inch.
This? Minimum, oh, it's minimum bill.
That might be working too. Minimum bill might work better.
So it's based off of your base rate, and then it's based off of your 100 cubic feet per month. So if you go back to page 5. So that's the start of your base rate. So that's, you take that by whatever 100 cubic feet you're using. So phase 1
Goes from 764 base rate to 955.
955 is rural.
Oh, I see that now.
Yep.
So that's what it's going to?
That's what it is currently.
Okay.
And then next year, we're here, and then there.
Next year, then Harley goes up to $9.43,
Mhm.
and then phase 3 goes up to $10.64.
The first one was again?
The first one began January 1st, 2025.
And that's per 100 cubic feet of usage from there.
Thank you. Any other questions?
You close the public hearing, I think, any time there. If you'd like to.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second. Harley, did you have any other questions?
No, the only one was when it started, it was, you said January 1st, right?
Yes, sir.
The first one is, and the second one will be this coming January.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I have a motion and a second to close our public hearing this time. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. And we need a motion to open up our regular meeting and close the public hearing.
Make a motion to open up our regular meeting.
I'm going to close the public hearing. All those in favor, we'll close the public hearing and open up our regular meeting. Say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. On our agenda for tonight, we have the ordinance 27-2024, the sewer rate increase. We need to just reaffirm that we approved the hearing in the December 9th, 2024 meeting, I think it was. So I need a motion to approve the overall rate increase.
Yeah, basically ratify the adoption of ordinance 27-2024. Point of order, Mayor.
Yes,
Before
sir.
we go into that agenda item, do we need to amend the agenda to add this
Thank you.
resolution?
Very good. Thank you. Is that a motion?
I'll make a motion that we amend tonight's agenda to add resolution 20-2025. Conveyance of real estate.
Is there a second? All right. I have a motion and a second to amend our agenda to include the 7th Street Resolution 20-2025. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion carries. Now to get into our agenda. Ordinance 27-2024, we need to ratify that we approved the agenda in December of 2024.
The adoption of that ordinance.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to ratify that we adopted ordinance 27-2024, the sewer rate increase. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, anyone opposed? All right, motion carries. And now the addition to the agenda was a resolution 20-2025, a resolution authorizing conveyance of real estate. We have lots on 7th Street that we wanted to shift over to somewhere else, and all the attorney sandwich take over from that point.
Thank you, Mayor. And a lot of this occurred last year with the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission. They enlarged, and I'll just give a summary of it, enlarged the area for economic development within the city, and also added to a property list that's required for potential acquisition by the Redevelopment Commission in the interest of economic development in the city and residential development. That's what this is in respect to in particular. And there were lots on 7th Street, and I think one even has an 8th Street address that were identified in a declaratory resolution passed by the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission in October of last year. Then the Rensselaer Advisory Plan Commission adopted an order incorporating that declaratory resolution of the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission. And later on, I believe on October 28th of 2024, this Common Council for the City of Rensselaer approved that declaratory resolution and the order issued by the Advisory Plan Commission. And now we've got the 7th Street. That was one of the projects that was identified for initial development. And part of that is the acquisition of, and I'll pencil this in on the first page of the ordinance. I see it's not identified specifically, but there are 2 tax parcels of real estate that actually include 4 city lots. But they're just two tax parcels. Those were identified, once again, as acquisition parcels for the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission to use in its efforts. And then these parcels that are identified on the legal description are in the name of the City of Rensselaer right now. The city acquired those, I think, several years ago. And the resolution would approve transferring or conveying those parcels to the Rensselaer Redevelopment Commission for its use. And then they're going to develop that roadway. This is all part of a TIF-funded project. But it requires a resolution of the City Council in order to authorize the mayor to execute those appropriate conveyance documents. And that's what's set forth in here, and that's what we're asking the council to consider and approve tonight.
In other words, we're doing this so that the redevelopment commission can then recoup some of their funds after putting in the infrastructure.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And they have a meeting on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Is why the timing of this is appropriate.
All right. Well explained. Any questions?
Make a motion to 2025
Okay.
resolution.
A motion to approve resolution 20-2025. What to say? Twice in a row. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the 7th Street resolution number 20-2025. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries, and we'll be ready for a redevelopment meeting on Monday then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else that come before the city council meeting this time? Hearing none, I'd be happy to accept a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you, council. Oh, yeah. Don't go anywhere.